So this is the deck that I got. It is Ceruledge. This is like one of my favorite Pokemon, like ever. And it's not necessarily used so much in tournaments. It is, but you do see a lot of like pairings. I played it in a tournament like a month ago or something like that, where I paired it with Goldango, and it worked. It worked fairly well. Um, but I wanted to see if I could just like play it with just Ceruledge. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing. With the deck, what we got for Pokemon, we've got Pheasantipity. We've got the Ceruledge. It's 4 Ceruledge. We've got 4 Charcadet. We've got a Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX. This is important. This card is essentially going to let you set up, discard as many energy as you can, while also, getting your Ceruledge out on the field, while also being able to swing at a possible Mimikyu. With Demolish, you've got this attack's damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance, or by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So very well you're going to be able to swing through a Mimikyu, which is huge for this deck. Then you obviously have the Squawk to discard on your first turn. I typically for Squawk, and I'll show you once we start playing, I like to use, because obviously in this deck there's a lot of discard cards like Professor's Research or Karen, I think is what her name is. I don't remember. Where I like to use the trainer card first and then Squawk. Because again, the whole goal is to get as much energy in the discard as you can, as quick as you can. Try not to discard your Pokemon or trainer cards that are necessary. Sometimes you don't need to do that. Sometimes you just kind of have to keep your hand and play cards next turn. But, Squawkability is fairly a big staple in most decks. So, and then there's the other Charcadet. So I would normally just have obviously 4 of the same card, but I don't in this game. And this one has 3 to swing, which I do not want to do. If I have to, I will swing with 1. Trainer cards. We've got the Briar for the cheeky little, play from behind. We've got the Ultra Balls. We've got Earthen Vessel. Brilliant Blender is huge for this deck. You're going to get 5 energy right off the bat with that, which is very big. You've got the Jamming Towers, which will help with Hop's deck. A lot of items in that one. Also will help with Terra Pokemon as well. You have Iono, Night Stretcher, which is pretty big. Professor's Research, obviously. The Pal Pad, Nest Ball. Carmen, there it is. This is really nice, especially because if you grab it on your first turn, you're actually able to use it, whereas normally with supporters, you can't. Boss's Order is going to be big, and there's that. Now for energy, we stack that shit to the mountains. 20 energy in all, 18 fire, 2 fighting. Fighting is obviously for Cornerstone Ogerpon, but obviously we want the fire energy just in case, because all we need is 1. All we need is 1 fire energy for Ceruledge. And the more that I think about it, I really feel like, so, okay. See, this is the tricky part with this deck that normally, I would want to do, but I'm not doing specifically because of the discard mechanic. So with Ceruledge, what's the first thing that comes to your head? Oh, Terra. Well, normally with a Terra Pokemon, you could easily just grab a Terra Ball or a Terra Orb. And then that way you're just going to be able to use them instantly, right? You're not going to have to discard or anything like that. But with Ceruledge's ability, we want as much energy in the discard as possible. So that's why we're doing Ultra Ball instead of the Terra Orb. Terra Orb, if your deck is mainly stacked with Terra Pokemon like Dragapult, for example, you're going to want Terra Orb in that case, obviously with rare candies. But in this case with the discard, Ultra Balls is the way to go.